the archaeology books, a ton of cookbooks, and all my son's books, just books everywhere. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, and if you haven't been here before, my name's Jones and I am a vegan archaeologist, but today I'm talking about something a little bit different because I'm actually having kind of a dilemma right now. It's the weekend, it's Saturday, and I usually like to do a lot of cleaning on the weekends. And Christmas is coming up, and I've been thinking about, dragging out some decorations, and I've been watching a lot of videos on like beautiful Swedish tradition Christmases, which tend to be fairly minimal. And I have definitely been trying to minimize things in my life lately with only small amounts of success because I do have a lot of stuff. I am 51 years old and I've owned my own home for the last 14 years, so I have accumulated a lot of stuff. Plus I raised 2 kids, one who already moved out of the house and left a lot of his stuff behind, and I've been trying to deal with a lot of that. And my youngest son is a freshman in high school, and so his life is changing and his tastes and things that he wants to have around in his life, and he's been getting rid of a lot of, childhood things. But there's just a lot of stuff in this house. My boyfriend has a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff. And it just really needs to get cleaned up. And I've been thinking about decorating, and I'm not gonna go like whole hog. I never do. I don't have a ton of decorations, but I wanted to do something really tasteful and minimal, but that's kind of hard when my house is just full of crap, for lack of a better word. And I have been thinking for a while about doing a Marie Kondo style cleanup, particularly when it comes to books, because I have to admit I'm a real hoarder of books. I love books. I mean, I love reading them, but there's just something I love about being surrounded by knowledge, and I've always wanted to have like a dedicated library room, which isn't going to happen in this house. It's much too small. I live in a small 1920s house, and with 3 people and 2 pets living here, there's not a lot of extra space, and I already have it filled with quite a few bookshelves, and those bookshelves are just filled to I mean, I just don't have any room for any more books, and right now I have a bunch of books just piled on my desk, and I really want to get rid of this desk and replace it with a bookshelf, but that would kind of clear up some space for a little dining table that I have, because the dining table that we usually use is in the kitchen, and the kitchen is really tiny, and so it's very cramped. And I just wanted to make a nice cozy little corner where I could kind of sit and relax and, maybe have a nice background to film videos like this. But I have a lot of cleaning to do because, like I said, there's a bunch of books piled on the desk simply because I don't know where else to put them. But there is a large shelf in my son's old room downstairs that I want to bring upstairs, but there's a bunch of his old books on there, and we've actually sold a lot of them, but there's still a ton left. And one reason I've been holding on to them is because I have really been wanting to put up one of those little free library boxes in my front yard where people can take a book, leave a book, and I have plenty of books that I could put in there to get started, and then hopefully people would find some of them interesting and take them home and read them. And yeah, it's a good way to recycle, reuse. I do give a lot of stuff to like Goodwill and the Ark, thrift stores, but for some reason the books, I just kind of want to make sure that they go to the right people, because I don't know, for some reason books have a special meaning to me. But like I said, I am a bit of a hoarder, and it's funny because I try to examine, you know, what's going on in my head, why I want to keep these things. And I think in regards to books, I actually have sort of like an apocalyptic mentality, you know, where some people hoard food and things that would come in handy in an apocalyptic sort of situation. Well, I kind of keep books for that reason. I mean, that's something that I've thought about since I was a kid, you know. Back in the 70s and 80s, people were always talking about nuclear war, and, you know, that's still going on today. But my feeling was always that, you know, if computers went down and we didn't have that kind of information available to us, we would still have books. And they're full of knowledge, and you know, we would have them around to refer to how to do things. And so I have tried to collect books on different subjects, but of course I have my favorite subjects, and when I get into learning a certain topic, I tend to buy a lot of books on that topic. And I, you know, just finished a master's degree a couple of years ago. I did a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, and so I have all my books from that adventure and all the archaeology books that I'm interested in, and a ton of cookbooks, and then all my son's books, and just books everywhere. They're all over my house, and I'm really wanting to do something about it before I start putting any decorations out. I just want to get rid of this mess upstairs and start working on some other things as far as cleaning up my house and changing things around to kind of work better for me in general. So I was thinking I would take you along on my journey while I Marie Kondo this house. Yeah, I was thinking about doing the Marie Kondo method, of just taking all my books and spreading them out so I can see exactly what a huge mess I have, and that will motivate me to get rid of things. And besides that, the shelves all need dusting and just some cleaning up in general to look nicer, and I really need to find a place for some of these books. So wish me luck. This is gonna be hard. It's really hard for me to get rid of books in particular, among other things, but the books really are the worst thing in my house, and I've got to do it. So help. I have been thinking about this for so long and just procrastinating, and right now I just feel like I have to do it, but it's like I don't even know where to start. So if you have any tips for me, you know, of course I've seen the whole Marie Kondo series and have gotten a lot of inspiration from that. I'm gonna try it out, but it's a difficult thing. I have to admit it. Just thinking about it is really daunting, especially doing it by myself, because they really are all my books. It's my responsibility. I can't let someone else do it for me. So please just show me some support, and if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe. I am gonna be cleaning up for a while. I mean, this is an ongoing process, and I have done a lot of cleaning over the last year, but sometimes it doesn't feel like it because I get an area cleaned up and then the rest of my junk just infiltrates, and it's a never-ending process. So I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna try to keep vlogging about this and showing you my progress, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration from that. So wish me luck. So here is one of my shelves, and you can see that not only do I have books, but I have a lot of knickknacks and things, stuff my kids made, weird collectible stuff, and photo albums. And that's just one shelf. And then here is another shelf, picture of my senior high school picture. And yeah, there's a lot of books. I have a lot of archaeology and anthropology books, and some Spanish and some fiction down here. And over here I have an entire shelf of videos. This is all DVDs and VHS tapes. Yeah, it's a lot. About this shelf is that it was broken, and when I took some of the books out, the shelf fell down. And then when I was vacuuming up the dust, I vacuumed up I think 2 of these, and I was only able to retrieve 1, and there's only 1 other one on the shelf, so now I'm gonna have to find some more of these to be able to put the shelf back up. So I ended up taking these ones from a shelf downstairs, and they should work, but I'll have to replace those other ones eventually. So I've got 2 shelves cleared off of books. That is, of course, there was a lot of junk that was on the shelves, and I'm dusting everything off and deciding if I'm going to get rid of some of that. And then over here where those stacks of books, there's still a lot of papers and magazines and other things that I need to deal with. And then, of course, we have all the books that I took off of those shelves, and man, it was some work getting them all off. I have a lot of books, and now I'm gonna have to go through each one and see which ones spark joy. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm on day 2 of my Marie Kondo challenge, and it's been a lot harder than I even thought it was going to be. It took me a couple of hours, maybe as many as 3 hours, well, no, more like 2 hours, to just get all the stuff off the shelves, all the books and all the junk that was on the shelves, and wipe down the shelves. And then I ended up with, a huge pile of books on my table and on the chairs and on the floor, and it just got a little overwhelming at that point already, and I couldn't imagine, pulling up all the books from my entire house and piling them in the living room. I don't have a very big living room, and yeah, I don't think it would be fair to me or my family to, just have piles of books everywhere, and it's going to take me a long time to sort through them all, and I really don't have very much time to work with. I only have the weekends off, and I work very long days during the week and don't really have time to work on this kind of thing when I get home at night. So plus I want to get to decorating, and I want my house to look clean. So what I decided to do was I started with those 2 shelves, and I did get rid of a lot of books and put them in a bucket that I'm going to transfer some of those books to bags and just take them to the Ark, which is right down the street from my house. And then I realized that because some of these books I want to put sort of in categories, and I don't really have room on those 2 shelves in particular right now, I really do need to clean off a couple of these other shelves and make room there. But it is just boggling my mind how, after I took all those books off the shelf and piled them up, and then when I started putting them back, even after getting rid of a whole bucket full of them, it just doesn't seem like there's room for them. I mean, I guess some of them are the ones that were on my desk, but this is a lot more than what was on my desk. And I'm like, how did I fit all those books on the shelf before? They're still just all over my table and on the floor and on the chairs, and I don't have anywhere to put them. So this has been a real challenge and a real lesson, and yeah, I don't know quite how I'm gonna get through all of this, and it's definitely gonna take a lot longer than I thought it was going to. And so I'm thinking of ending this video right now, and it's probably gonna be a series as I work through not only the books but other stuff too. But I think it's going to take quite a while just to get through the books. So I will keep you updated, and if you are interested in, tidying up yourself like this, or wanting to, just see my progress, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and give this video a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out, helps my channel when you subscribe and like and leave a comment. So please do that. I'd love to hear from you. And like I said earlier, if you have any additional tips for me, please let me know in the comments below. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.